Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain James Bollinger and you're watching The Sussex Smuggler. Well, today we delve into the fascinating yet tragic tale of the VOC ship Amsterdam. The story of this vessel is nothing short of extraordinary. It's filled with adventure, misfortune and mystery, elements that could easily inspire a Hollywood blockbuster. However, I sincerely hope that Hollywood never gets its hands on it. The narrative we're about to explore deserves to be remembered for its historical significance rather than dramatised for entertainment. First, let's clarify some important points. The VOC, or in English the United East India Company, was a Dutch trading company founded in 1602. It played a crucial role in global trade during the 17th and 18th centuries, establishing Dutch dominance in the spice trade and expanding the empire across Asia. VOC ships, often referred to as mirror ships or East Indiaman, were large, heavily armed vessels designed for long voyages. These ships transported valuable goods such as gold, silver, spices, and raw materials to and from the Dutch colonies, particularly in Southeast Asia. The Amsterdam was one such ship, completed in 1748. Under the command of 33-year-old Captain Willem Klump, the Amsterdam embarked on its maiden voyage to Batavia, now Jakarta, Indonesia. The ship was an impressive feat of engineering for its time, measuring 183.7 feet in height, 157.5 feet in length, with a beam of 38 feet and a draft of 18 feet. It displaced 1,100 tons and was armed with 42 guns. The ship carried 203 crew members, 127 soldiers and 5 very special passengers, setting sail with great expectations on November the 15th, 1748. The journey began with an immediate challenge. The Amsterdam ran into a storm shortly after departing from Texel Island just outside of Amsterdam City, where it had been fully loaded and joined by the rest of the crew. Despite this initial setback, the ship continued its journey passing the Downs, a safe anchorage off the coast of Deal, Kent, United Kingdom, on the 8th of January 1749. The Amsterdam was sailing ahead of most of the fleet, seemingly on course for a successful voyage. However, on the 20th of January 1749, disaster struck. Another violent storm forced Captain Klump to seek shelter in Pevensey Bay off the southern coast of England. As the ship attempted to navigate the treacherous waters, it became trapped between two waves, causing the rudder to break off as it hit the seabed. A catastrophic event for any ship. The crew, already weakened by malnutrition and poor conditions, began to lose hope as the storm raged on. On January 23rd, the Amsterdam was effectively stranded. The situation on board rapidly deteriorated. The crew, demoralised and desperate, resorted to mutiny. Evidence of this mutiny was later found during an excavation in 1969, which uncovered 2 fired musket balls. Amidst the chaos, the crew broke into the ship's stores of gin and wine, drowning their fears in alcohol. Captain Klump, facing insurmountable odds, eventually gave in to the mutineers' demands and attempted to beach the ship at Bulveride near Hastings Beach on January the 26th, 1749. That Klump, with his temporary rudder and lost anchor, made a dash for Bulveride Beach and fired his distress cannon at 3 p.m. This was heard locally at St Clement's Church in Hastings and created a panic, as they knew that it could only have been the VOC ship. Sir Charles Eversfield, watching from a distance, described the drunken shouting from the ship as disgusting. As the ship ran aground, the local villagers and officials observed the spectacle from the shore. Onlookers also heard the rowdy, drunken singing of the crew from the ship. Klump had to wait for low tide to even contemplate the evacuation of the sick and dying, but in the back of his mind was how was he going to secure the 28 chests of silver. Anthony Watson, a notorious smuggler, saw an opportunity and led his gang aboard the stricken vessel. They looted a treasure chest containing 50 silver ingots, of which only 34 were ever recovered. The rest, along with Watson, disappeared without a trace. Meanwhile, Captain Clump met with local officials in Hastings, including acting Mayor Thomas Thorpe, to discuss the fate of the ship and its crew. The priority was to secure the 28 chests of silver still on board, which were eventually moved to a customs house and then transported to the VOC warehouse in London. However, the ship itself was beyond saving. Despite its attempts to salvage it, the Amsterdam continued to sink into the sandy mud of Botherwell Beach. By the 3rd of February 1749, the ship was waterlogged and had sunk 4 feet into the mud. Over the next month, it continued to sink deeper until by the 11th of March, it was submerged to a depth of 18 feet. The VOC officially abandoned the salvage operation, leaving the Amsterdam to its fate. The wreck of the Amsterdam remained untouched for centuries until a chance discovery in 1969. Construction workers laying a sewage pipe stumbled upon vintage bottles and clay pipes, remnants of the ship's cargo. Unfortunately, their efforts caused considerable damage to the wreck. However, this discovery sparked renewed interest, leading to more professional excavation led by Dr. Peter Marsden in 1984. Marsden's team managed to gain access to the interior of the ship, uncovering a wealth of historical artefacts and ensuring that the wreck was preserved for future study. Iron girders were installed to protect the hull, and metal hatches were fitted to prevent unauthorised access to the cargo hold. Today, the wreck of the Amsterdam still lies buried in the mud of Botherwell Beach, occasionally visible during low tides. A replica of the ship has been built in the Netherlands, but the original remains a poignant reminder of the perils of 18th century seafaring. The wreck is a protected site with ongoing discussions about whether further excavations could be conducted to recover the remaining cargo and possibly the remains of those who perished on board, such as Adrian Welgavaran, whose bones you can see in the picture. These were originally recovered in the 1969 excavation, with the rest of the skeleton left sealed on board, which also strongly suggests that there may have been a mutiny in Pevensey Bay before the ship was beached. As for Captain Clump, he avoided any serious repercussions from the VOC and went on to have a successful career. The surviving crew members and passengers returned to the Netherlands, although some may have chosen to stay in England, blending into the local population. The story of the VOC ship Amsterdam is a rich tapestry of endeavour, misfortune, and the relentless power of nature. It serves as a powerful reminder of the challenges faced by those who sought to expand the horizons of trade and empire in the 18th century. Although much of the ship's history is now buried beneath the sands, its legacy continues to inspire curiosity and respect for the resilience of those who sailed for her. Well, look, thanks for watching. It's been great having you here. Don't forget, please, obviously, like, comment and subscribe if you would. That'd be great. Help the channel get out there, help our history educate others around the world. And I would really recommend a book for further detailed reading, The Wreck of the Amsterdam by Peter Marsden. I'll put a picture and a link in the description. That goes into things in greater depth. And of course, if you don't want the book, you can look at my blog, The Sussex Smuggler, on Blogger. There's some details on there about the Amsterdam. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I've enjoyed having you watching it. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Cheerio for now. Bye.